Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I hope you all had a productive week. I know we all got a lot of things to do, so let's go ahead and get things moving. Job searching is full-time work, right? You gotta exhaust sites like LinkedIn, Indeed, ZipRecruiter, Ladders. You gotta find some roles that identify with you, make some slight tweaks to your resume so that way they fit more with the job description and align with the needs of that company. You gotta draft a cover letter, then you go through the application process. Rinse, wash, repeat. Sound familiar?
Monday. Here we go again.
I feel you. If I haven't stressed this enough, you are valuable. Your time is valuable. If you follow the channel, you know that that's exactly where I started. Your value, your confidence. I've helped you define a path and craft your success story. So today's episode, we're gonna dive right in and talk about the power of yes and the magic of no. I'm sure we can all agree in business you need a can-do attitude, right? Yes. When is the right time to say no? Right away. Trust your gut feeling. You already know whether or not this opportunity is right for you. Just trust your gut. The more that you go through the exercises that I've laid out in these videos, the better you'll train your muscles and be able to listen to that gut feeling. Let's strengthen those yes and no muscles.
I've been working out.
If you're anything like me, those muscles start flexing as soon as you start reading that job description. Based on the checklist that we made in previous episodes, if those stars don't start aligning right away, your gut's already trying to tell you something. Normally when I get that gut feeling, I move on to the next job posting. Right now, I definitely can't be so picky. So I'm really qualifying to see where there's room to negotiate. As I've said before, the biggest thing for me is finding a team that wants to work with me. So if there's something in the job posting where the stars aren't fully aligned, but what feels kind of good, well, then maybe there's room to negotiate on both sides. Right now, I'm taking every opportunity to sharpen my negotiating skills, whether that be for salary, benefits, remote flexibility, whatever it is that's important to you. Here's where you get to see who wants to work with you. Let's talk about the climate and why that's important. The market is changing. It's a slow turn. It's like trying to make a sharp right turn in the Titanic. Companies aren't making as much money right now. Products aren't as engaging to audiences. And job opportunities are being doubled up with roles and responsibilities. And it really feels like the more entry level the position, the more advantages are being taken by the job poster.
What?
I'm a firm believer that a job is better than no job, but not all money is good money. To me, it feels like we're in a time right now where companies are learning to deal with the choices that they've made, right? Growing pains. Eventually the ship will get back on course, but it's gonna take some time. For those of you who are seeing these opportunities right now and engage with those recruiters who are taking advantage of the moment, very simply respond.
Oh, hell no!
After careful consideration, I've decided to decline this offer at this time. I truly appreciate the opportunity to learn more about your company and the team. I wish you all the best in finding the perfect candidate for this role and look forward to collaborating with you in the future. Thank you. I know I've had a handful of whack scenarios over the last few months and have definitely seen some job postings that are just ridiculous in what it is that they're asking for. Remember that this is a two-way street, and you want to work with people who want to work with you. I always remind myself that this is a conversation, and I'm most likely talking to someone who's just like me. It takes both parties to listen and engage to really make that relationship work. Instead of telling you horror stories, which I definitely could because they're littered all over social media right now, I'd rather talk about the real nightmare. Free work.
Oh, stop it.
If you're in a position where you're being asked for free work right now, pause. You're definitely being led down a path. Doesn't mean that it's bad. You just need to be aware of it. In the creative and in the entertainment industry, it's very commonplace to get asked to do something for free as a sign of good faith or a sign of showmanship of your skills. Some of the nightmare stories that really concern me are the ones that are low pay, high demand for hours, extreme flexibility with your schedule, and start with something for free. Well, what's free work? If you have a demo reel or portfolio, you're already showcasing your skills and what you can do. If you're being asked this, and this is one that I read recently, to create a sample from scratch that's very close to the product that's being made by the company that you're applying with, and that other candidates are willing to do the job for free, This is where I raise all red flags.
It's time to stop!
However, right here is the best place to practice your negotiating skills. You got nothing to lose. Before you go down this path, protect yourself and protect your work from being exploited. If they're not willing to negotiate, then they're not the team for you. All relationships are give and take, right? That's what makes the great ones great. For those of you who are freelance or independent contractors, here's a few things you can do. Freelance contract with ownership clause. It's ideal to have a freelance contract that specifies the ownership of your work. It would be wise to add a clause for the transfer of ownership once the work is complete, but still retain the ownership of your samples. Specify usage limitations. When submitting your samples in a separate document and in the body of the email, clearly state that these are for the application purpose only and not for commercial use. They will need your consent and a separate agreement in order to use these samples. Watermark samples. Watermark the content so that it clearly states that these are samples and not for commercial use, right? Visible statement is definitely going to deter people away from using it. No matter what you do, look into this and definitely research ways to protect yourself. No matter what, an IP lawyer is going to be the person who can navigate this for you and help you get through your unique situation. Good? All right, let's get back to value. Again, you are way too valuable to settle for less than you deserve. Your story says so. If you haven't established your story yet, go through my previous videos. These steps are important in identifying your value proposition to potential employers. Your skills, experience, accomplishments, and the impact you made make up this proposition. If you know where you stand, perfect. If not, go back and identify these things. Let's talk about an important factor that I mentioned at the beginning of the episode. Confidence. Confidence is a mindset. This is a muscle that must be exercised. Every day you should be building your confidence in whatever way works for you. For me, that's audiobooks, motivational videos, podcasts. This is usually how I start my day. Keeping this mindset sharp will keep you ready for anything that comes along. Make sure you exercise that muscle. Let's talk about negotiating. The ancient art of asking for what you want. How much experience do you have negotiating?
50-50.
No,
Claire, 50-50.
absolutely not.
How comfortable are you with it? Negotiating isn't just about salary and benefits. It's about compromise. Those things are definitely important, but finding a team that's willing to meet you there, that's what's really important. Negotiating doesn't even have to be a big ask, right? Small wins go a long way to make the role more comfortable for you. Before you go and just start asking away, make sure you do your research thoroughly. Check with websites like Glassdoor to go ahead and make sure that you're asking for competitive salary ranges and benefits packages. Identify your priorities when it comes to your ask. Know what's important for you to succeed in this role. Compensation, career growth, remote flexibility, whatever it is, identify it. The most important thing to remember here is be prepared to compromise. Be open, be flexible to the discussion, and be willing to meet halfway. Focus on the value and the ROI that the potential employer is going to get from you. Remember to showcase that you've listened to their needs and paid close attention to the role requirements. And the candidate that they're looking for is you. You're selling yourself here, but more importantly, you're selling your ability to fulfill what it is that they want and need, right? Confidence. Confidence is key here. Practice makes perfect. Take your time and enhance your negotiating skills. Saying no to the wrong job does allow you to say yes to the right one. I know that's not easy sitting here saying this right now in this market and economy, but I'm a firm believer in that. Protect your values, protect your goals. Stay away from misaligned roles, toxic work cultures, and companies that don't value your worth. Don't be afraid to say no. Saying yes to everything is not healthy, and trying to please a company that's dangling a carrot in front of you is not helping you. Don't use this as foolish advice. Be wise in your decisions and strategies. This is chess, not checkers. If you say no, remember to be professional and courteous. Be clear, be honest, and maintain a positive relationship with that company. Just because things didn't align right now doesn't mean that things can't align down the line. I've seen a handful of companies with toxic work cultures turn things around and become great places to work. All right, now for the most important question. We spent all this time talking about no. When is the time to say yes? You ready? when it feels right.
That's correct.
I think you know what it is now. Make sure you stay tuned. We got a lot more to discuss. Subscribe, like, comment, share this content, and I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.